Ooh, yum, yum. Well, here we are in the Hotel Roanoke. Great place to have lunch or Sunday. And you know what Grandma always said? She said, eat dessert first. A lemon meringue cheesecake. Not on here too long. Whoop, whoop. Whistle stick. And see, the beauty is you can. Who knew that tomato bisque and lemon meringue cheesecake were like exquisite? Maybe that. Men have little. These guys make good coffee. Not as good as my good friend. Yes, Madam. You're fasting. Well, I'm eating for both those fug nuts. You know, the beauty of fasting is you can always eat some other time, right? Especially if you're fasting for a good reason. Like keeping you healthy. Morning. Hey, Twitch. A little interesting view. This is like the presidential hotel. Actually, Trump here when he was on the tour. Holy moly. And this place has specialties, and this is one of them. It's kind of grits, eggs Benedict, and cheese. Only time I've ever had anything close to this is in Italy. So good. Oh. A number of you, no, one person complained that it was disgusting to watch me eat. I'm so earlier this month, I've known about dream when I'm walking up in the dream and still in the dream of the mud flood. You know, planet X kind of, you know, it's on this big elliptical orbit, takes 26,000 years to come around. Well, sometime between 1790 and 1840, it came around, and it kind of disturbed things. And if you go back and you start and you look at the years that there was no summer, and it was like around the 1840s, and like in England, where it's big London, big city, they had newspapers and lots of things, and people thought they were hot stuff. They basically had 3 years. They had no produce because the sun didn't cover. So you go look for that. And in 10 years either side, you will see some pretty horrific things. Basically, what happened was, so the planet comes by, screws up with our everything. The weather really wonky. There's an amazing comet that comes into our the what you call it and yes, you can. I think I told you the story in Putney, Vermont. It would come into our minds and kind of wake us up at 3 a.m. Pretty much we knew he was going to do it almost every night, just kind of like I do these live chats with you. And we would come out of wherever we were sleeping, and we'd line up, and we would walk through the woods. And in Vermont, the woods, I live in the deep green. Well, the canopy in Vermont is like the deep dark. It's like back in the day. And he would have us through the forest. That was part of this farm. It was right on the edge. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Skip. If you walk too close to the cliff, you fall up the cliff. It was so dark you couldn't see it. And he'd have us walking through there with our eyes closed and putting out our field so we wouldn't get the worst thing is getting a stick in your eye, up your nose, or right back left your face. And so this is when we were in our martial arts frame. And he basically wanted us to learn, to experience, and have our inner core, be the radar that's, 4 blocks away or right next to your nose so you won't get sick in your face. So you can do manual. And the slaves did that. What do you think they were saying all the time? They were meditating. Jazz and R&B, all that. It's black. It's so energetic, so moving, so amazingly powerful. Oh, boy. On the middle of the most fanciest Nazi hotels around the United States. And along the Blue Ridge Parkway, there were all built by these German guys. And what was really interesting, the ones that were semi-isolated, like the Grove Park Inn in Asheville, that's where they brought all the high-level Nazis when they got caught. And, they were colonels and majors and scientists and engineers there. And, oh, by the way, Oak Ridge, Tennessee is only over there. And anything within a 200-mile radius of Oak Ridge, like Asheville and another town called Irwin and Roanoke itself, had what are those programs called when No one can see them. They're deeper than black access, special access program, I guess, special access program. SAP, SAP. Oh, man. Yum, 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 yum. They have really great fish here. Fish and the tomato bit soup and that cheesy grit eggs Benedict thing. Good. Do, do, do. Anyway, I'm going a little road trip here. So you can have one of these. And then this is a cream that's like to die for. So did you guys get dessert first? You really should. Oh, it's the best part. And that there's a cheesy kind of grits thing. Ooh, that also is. Yep. Guys, part of the churchy crowd? No, you're not. No, no, you're not. We're all our relations here. Everybody. Dogs, cats, fish, insects. We're all our relations. Yep. Visiting our sweet town. Do you know Elizabeth? A very strange place. And the teachers are really. So what do you do now? Your grave? Oh. So when you went to Rona College, were you an art major? And what was your photo? Did you ever hear of Lisette Model and Cartier-Sant? They started Vogue. They were my teachers at the New School. I grew up there. And did you ever hear of Magnum? You never heard Magnum? Yeah. And it's a photo collective. I was part of that. I did the art scene in New York in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. The best time to be there. Yeah. We've always been a corporate state. I mean, from the, yeah, well, it's right in our face now. But it was always kind of in our face. The American public was just a little more brave. Well, no, people were braver, meaning everyone thinks it's amazing. Do you know what the Mandela effect is? You know, when you, but wasn't it like this yesterday? Yeah, yeah, that's the Mandela effect. And everyone thinks that we're a two-party state, but between 1870, Democrats, Republicans, Labor Party, Communist Party, Socialist Party, and spirituals. And they basically forced America to have a conscience. And now today we just have the best legislatures money can buy. I mean, it's always been that way, but Trump is great because he's no worse than any of the rest of those chuckleheads. But he's just so in everyone's face. It's like, so you know you're going to go to hell for being in advertising, right?
I know. Not just
Go right. Yeah. I kind of lived this way for 30 years until it almost killed me. So I had to lose 300 pounds and come back from death. But it's always good to do this once in a while. You know, not every. I did it like 4 times a day. I was like a hobbit. I had 6 breakfasts. You know. Did you ever see the movie The Meaning to Life by Monty Python? Right, and there was Mr. Creosote who exploded. That was me. That was me.